Good day, everybody. This is a Florida Golden Girl. Today's travel adventure takes me back to the town of Winter Garden. So today we're going to be looking at another local area attraction that I pointed out in our previous two videos. So we're in downtown. We're approaching the corner of Bond Street and Tremaine. And yeah, we're gonna be visiting Central Florida Railroad Museum. So it's open today. I'm here with my sidekick, and we're gonna be checking it out. So this is kind of cool. So if you want further information about the Central Florida Railroad Museum, this is their website. And then this plaque gives you a little bit about, it's the Tavares and Gulf Railroad Depot, and it says that this building was built and constructed in 1913 as part of the TNG Railroad Depot, replacing an earlier train station.
You like it? Gladly accept the donation.
He didn't have a clue I was here filming. So we know about from the previous museum we went to. This is more information about the Orange Belt Railroad. This was their schedule that was published. And then these are just some pictures. That's the Orange Belt Railway. And this picture is a stop in Pasco County in 1893. And then this is so this gives you a little bit more of an idea and a clear picture of what life was like for pioneer settlement families.
Okay. She's hiding better than you were.
So,
Well, have you guys been to the museum before? Welcome. Where are you visiting from?
so this is the gift depot. So this is some of the items.
This building dates back to 1913. And it was built to replace several depots that used to be here, all belonging to the Tavares and Gulf Railroad. And we have a nice group of photographs in this room of the TNG and what it looked like. That railroad ran through here, east-west, from about 1899 to 1969. And in 1969,
These are all
having
for
had most
sale.
of the agricultural business moved south, there were two railroads in town, and they both went out of business the same year for this revival business, I guess. And but during the time that this railroad operated in the 60-plus years of the first half of the 20th century, it carried a ton of perishable freight out of here to shipping points, and product went up north from here to both the East Coast and the Midwestern United States by way of the Mississippi River. Our product that went up the East Coast went by way of Sanford. Sanford was you might say, the eastern shipping point where products were moved over to boats that went downstream the St. Johns River to Jacksonville, which was our closest real port for ocean-going freighters during those years. There was nothing on the East Coast directly east of here. Not until the government came along and started to develop out the Cape Canaveral complex, Patrick Air Force Base, and of course, which led to the Port Canaveral complex.
how that was created back in the early 70s?
It was started back in the late 40s and early 1950s.
Okay.
But it was such a huge project that it took a long time to
Until
develop.
basically that long.
And I'm not sure where in that process the port came along. I think the government built a small port for Cape Canaveral operations, but then it was enlarged greatly over the coming decades after that for what now is a huge port. Still not as big as Jacksonville, but still.
So the railroad basically ran all the way to Tampa areas, the west
Yes.
side, mostly the west areas.
Yeah, not this one. This one just went around Lake Apopka up to Tavares. Tavares was a major railroad crossing point
Okay.
for a lot of the big guys. And so they interchanged a lot of cars with them, a product that would be taken north on railroad
That's
trains.
interesting. Okay.
And then product that was going to be shipped, then went to Jacksonville by way of Sanford.
Right.
Down here, we have primarily a photographic cross-section of what things looked like back in the first half of the 20th century. Lots of old black and white, you might say, precious pictures back then. Both rooms here, including a real nice rendition of the freight office that used to exist here.
Oh, okay.
There was no big passenger business at all. This was all agricultural on here. Up the stairs, we have our collection. We've been open as a museum for some 42 years now, and so we've accumulated a lot of stuff. Thanks for coming in. Thank you.
Delightful museum.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that.
Very nice.
I'm glad that was recorded. And we have a very large collection of different railroad historical items. A couple things we're particularly proud of
And
that
so
we can show
these are
off
all-
is we have a very large collection of genuine railroad dining car china. And that comes from the streamlined passenger train era, from the 30s through the 50s, when the trains that brought people down here and took them back, they all tried to outdo each other on the quality of the train. One of the big discerning factors was food. And so they had their own china patterns, and sometimes unique china patterns for an individual train. Everything was cooked on board from scratch, and it was a delightful time to enjoy railroad dining. We also have showing on the video screen up there the only known movies of the TNG Railroad. So you can see it up there actually in operation, and proves that it actually existed and just not my say-so.
Okay, man, really.
We also have a restroom up here.
Thank you.
And you are welcome to walk around. Everything is very well labeled. And I'll be around to answer any questions, hopefully answer any questions.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for coming in. Did I get you to sign the book?
Oh, no.
Oh.
So that was the gentleman that works downstairs, and he gave an overview of what the museum has. So my sidekick is signing the guest room, and that's the first floor, which we viewed the pot-bellied stoves. We viewed the items, the vintage items, train items for sale, things that had to do with locomotives, exhibits. So here, right here, remember the gentleman was talking about China. These are glass that is this was Amtrak's items. And so it just shows you, and then this is Amtrak's dining car china, and you can't find that anywhere. That's rare, according to what he's saying. And so now my sidekick is giving him his history. So we're gonna. And so here's some of the. And you could become a member of the Historical Society. This is the Southern Railways china. It says each railroad had its own china and silverware. And so this is the Southern Railway. I turned that off for a reason. So, and then you got Hobbyland, which was Santa Fe's. And then this is the cabinet letter filing. And yeah, these are all carton. And these are all lanterns that they used. And then these are more different types of lanterns. Look at this piece. Isn't that beautiful? That's a Tantalus right there. And then if I do a thing, then we came from that opening there, and then this is just and then this is some of the items that their hats, and the positions that they held. And these are streetcar tokens. And again, this is Pullman car china. And you know, anything in a Pullman car was luxury. Because it is here that Pullman had sleeping cars, and only the people that slept in them had money. It wasn't for just ordinary people. See, even the wooden hangers. You know that was class back then, folks. And these are radio telephones that they used. And then they have telephone pole. You can find these in any antique store. And then these were telegraph equipment right here. Morse code. So, this is what a Morse code operator's desk would look like back in the day. Look at that jadeite and cream china. That's 1930s colors right there, folks. And then there's your pot-bellied stove right there. And then this is this is all silverware. This is the Atlantic Coast Railroad's china. And this is the Florida East Coast. This is the Atlantic Coast, so those are different patterns that they used. And then that's an old wash bowl, a British wash bowl. Then these are motor cars. And then these are push cars for equipment. I used to see a lot of those back in the day. And so we're going to go to this other room. And so that's an emergency exit. And this is more Seaboard Coastline Railroad. This is their China. If you like locks, this tells you a little bit about locks that they used. And then these are railroad spikes.
Okay. Did you see that?
Okay, folks. I want you.
Train's gone.
Yeah. Thank you, folks, for dropping by today. I want you to like, subscribe, click that notification bell to let you know when a new video will be uploaded. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. Through word of mouth is how my channel grows, and I want to thank you each and
Oakland was
every
established
time.
before Winter Garden.
Yeah.
Long before
Folks,
Winter Garden.
did
But
you
it
enjoy your
never
tour
grew.
today?
Whereas Winter
I
Garden
hope you
did.
did.
I mean, essentially.
So if you get an opportunity, take the time to come into the museum. This is the outside. It's free. If you want to accept the donation, that's fine too. That was interesting. And so he mentioned that this railroad, that this building was 1913, and here's the plaque right there. Well, folks, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch our Winter Garden train museum. Gives you a little bit of history about my hometown. And if you're ever in the area, come on by. I think you will truly enjoy it. And there's website information. And with that, we'll say thank you for watching. And so long for now.